This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
America is the only country on the planet where things like that which took place in Uvalde, Texas, happen with any regularity at all. We're the only country. And we refuse, as a body politic, to deal with these senseless tragedies, to root out their causes, to eliminate the source that makes them so easy to accomplish. We have a Republican Party that is buttressed by, that is aided by a conservative media sphere. Your Newsmax and your OAN and other disparate elements, Daily Caller, Daily Wire, run by, or formerly Daily Caller, run by Tucker Carlson, Daily Wire, currently run by Ben Shapiro, but also Fox News. And Fox News is a juggernaut in the cable news space. It just is. Higher ratings than any other cable news outlet. And they suck up a lot of the oxygen in the room. And unfortunately, when something like this takes place, 19 murdered children, slaughtered children, there are obvious solutions. No solution is going to eliminate totally the likelihood or the possibility of this happening. But certainly, if we are a civilized people who can grasp empathy and compassion for our fellow humans, we should be at the very least trying to diminish the likelihood, diminish the number of these instances that happen. Just by a little bit. Gun restrictions seem to be that solution. Whether that be universal background checks, age restrictions, magazine capacity. There are many elements on the table that we could do. But Fox News, I'm going to play this clip. Fox News, over the course of the last few days, while covering the Uvalde shooting, offered up a panoply of dumb ideas meant to, we got to get to the bottom of this. We got to get to work and make some decisions here. And this person on Twitter put this together. It's remarkable. 50 things, 50 solutions, we'll call it. Not one is the rational decision. Not one is one that we should take seriously. But it fills airtime. It distracts from the problem. It distracts from the solutions. Watch this.
I advocate always for an armed security guard.
Armed school safety officer.
Armed deputy.
Arming teachers.
Potentially arm and prepare and train teachers and other administrators.
Armed school staffers.
Bring in policemen.
Training the students themselves.
Retired military, retired law enforcement. We can offer them tax breaks.
If you give law enforcement the opportunity to impose martial law, we can guarantee safety and security.
Securing that perimeter, providing kind of a ring of steel.
You have the fences, you have the main administration building, and then you have wide gaps on either side. The fencing's not very high.
Where the door's locked.
Bulletproof glass.
All of these shootings have happened at the same time that we see religion and Christian values and Judeo-Christian values declining.
Anybody who decides that they want to do something like this should immediately know that attacking a school is a death sentence for them.
Kids are afraid of being the school snitch.
We have to stop letting these schools be gun-free zones.
People need to put their phones down and get to know the person next to them.
We have spent billions of dollars on COVID-related measures for our schools. Let's take some of that money and divert it over to hardening these soft targets.
A lot of these private schools, they take security
way more serious.
Parents, take your children to church.
This anti-police narrative is forcing people not to call police.
A series of interlocking doors at the school entrance that are triggered by a tripwire, and it traps the shooter like a rat.
God is the answer to that.
There's a moral rot going on that we all need to dig in and try to address.
I vote for decreasing social media exposure.
We need to start focusing on mental health.
Tell us why you think it's important to pray in a moment like this.
It calls for faith and prayer.
Why is it that schools aren't protected in the same way that airports?
There are some people who don't want police officers in schools with guns because other people are triggered.
Assault rifle and enhanced body armor.
A notification system to let everybody in the school know what's happening.
Single point of entry.
I don't like talking about this stuff as it happens because I don't think it contributes anything positive.
Parents should be held accountable for raising their children properly.
Ballistic blankets.
We just don't have the resources to get law enforcement there quickly.
How about an executive order for these mental health facilities?
We have to start rebuilding this country and returning to God.
I arm myself everywhere I legally can.
It's up to you to protect yourself.
Harden these targets. Let's turn our schools into military installations, into prisons. Fencing and concertina wire. A lot of invocations of God. Armed deputies, armed teachers. The shooter was inside the school for 40 minutes. With armed deputies having engaged him upon entry and then doing while he was in the school. Parents, in fact, implored the armed officers, the good guys with the guns, to go in and end it. And they did not. So what is a math teacher or a history teacher going to do if they're armed? They certainly are not as well trained as our crack cops who are there to protect and serve, who cowered like civilians when an 18-year-old with an AR-15 threatened them. Cops have no problem killing unarmed Americans, black Americans especially. But when you get an 18-year-old kid with an AR-15 murdering kids, I don't get paid enough for that. Cowards. Just as most, if not all, of every single person you witnessed in that clip are cowards. Because they fear the actual solution. They fear what we should do. And that is to restrict access to weapons of war in this country. Again, an AR-15 is not, just because we call it an assault rifle, there's really no such thing as that. That's just a scary word. It is a military-grade weapon of war, an AR-15. I said it yesterday. I'll say it again. It is virtually indistinguishable from the velocity of the round, the design of the round, the load of the cartridge to an M16A2. Again, it does not have a 3-round burst. It is simply semi-automatic, which means you pull the trigger and a bullet comes out. It's not fully automatic, it is semi-automatic. But when you have a high-capacity magazine, it is plunk, 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 over and over and over and over and over. The result of which that round is killing someone. The carnage that is left in the wake of an AR-15, and we're not even talking about the damage it does to the physical body. There are solutions here. And these cowards at Fox News, these coward Republican politicians who get millions of dollars from the gun lobby, you should be outraged. If you're a Republican, you should be extra outraged because not only are they destroying family values, hard to have family values when your family has been murdered, but they also believe you to be so stupid, so bereft of cognitive ability to be able to work through these things intellectually, that they offer you the 50 solutions that we just watched. Are you that stupid, Republicans? Are you as stupid as your elected leaders believe you to be? Many of you, yeah, you are. But there is certainly a percentage of Republicans out there who do have what it takes to work through these problems. Who don't buy the line of, let's not politicize this. Which is just stupid. What do you think out there? I would love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. Thank you for your time and attention. Thanks for engaging with my content, liking and commenting, subscribing. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and my content just somehow magically through the inner workings of YouTube gets disseminated to you, please subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it very much. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore just about everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. And if I bring you some value, if I do something for you that you appreciate on a day-to-day or week-to-week basis, please consider supporting my work right here on the channel. You can click the join button. And for pennies a day, $1.99 a month, you can become a channel member. It very much helps in this media, in the way our system works, where news networks are supported by corporations and there is an agenda. There are certainly certain things they must protect. I don't operate like that. Those in my genre on YouTube, we don't operate like that. Your support is greatly appreciated. You can also go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Both those are great ways to support what I do right here, and you can take part in that. I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Until then, be genuine and take care of one another.